this week's Origin DNA of a play. Joe, you have the telestrator in front of you. We're going to jump into a couple of those plays, and I want to start off with Emmanuel Sanders' deep touchdown, the first play of the second drive.
What we're going to do here is we're going to fake a run here to George Kittle. The offensive line, everybody's going to pretend like we're running like an outside sweep out over here. Emmanuel Sanders right here. He's going to run the route, and watch what he does too. I believe it's this safety right here.
Got Joe Staley right there, by the way.
Yeah. So this guy falls down. Actually, a good job right here by this safety, picking up the slack of his buddy right here who completely got fooled out of his shoes. Jimmy throws a great ball. Emmanuel adjusts in the air, makes a great catch, realizes he didn't get touched, gets up, breaks a couple tackles, and touchdown.
When you see a play like this, I mean, you're all the way over here. This play is kind of taking place, what's going on, a little bit out of frame. But when you see a play like this and you know what's to come, are you kind of standing back as you see Jimmy deliver that ball and you're ready to celebrate the touchdown?
Yeah, so these plays are like, they're kind of the play actions off of our wide zone, what we're doing in the run game. And so mainly our job up front is to make it look and feel like run so that linebackers and safeties and everybody kind of bite down for a second. So we have an opportunity to take the ball deep if we want to, or if we throw it wherever we need to. But up front it has to seem like a run, so you really just focus on coming off and get on your guy.
I want to talk about the next play that we have. Matt Breida, that 22-yard pickup. He finds a hole with a key block from none other than yourself. So let's jump into that.
Key blocks from everybody, not just me.
Give the whole team credit.
All right. So right here, we're out of this bunch formation that we were kind of in the whole entire game. We seemed like we were in this formation a lot right here. And so that's one of the things that makes Kyle's offense so awesome and unique, is that he'll give you a lot of the exact same looks and run a ton of different plays out of them. So defenses are always guessing what's coming. So what we're doing right here is the action is all going to the right side, and then what we want to do is out of that bunch formation of those three guys that were right here, kind of come down and create lanes, and all three of these guys do a terrific job getting down. And then my job, as we'll see in the next clip, is to hold off that backside defensive end. The offensive line does a great job here, washing down, getting the defense thinking that the ball's going to go right, and then Matt does a great job pressing it, trusting it, and then finding that backside cut lane here. So I'm right here. My job is to block out on this defensive end and hold him right there in that gap. I can't allow him to push me back. I have to keep that lane right here as wide as it is to start. Offensive line is all going this way to create the movement from these linebackers that think the ball's going here. This bunch formation is all going to get these DBs, and George is going to kind of find his way in here as well.
And you're honestly right. It's literally the entire team. Yep. You see Kendrick, you see Emmanuel, everybody.
I mean, Kyle always stresses that it's 1/11 to run the ball. I mean, everybody has to do their job. It's not just the up guys up front. It's not just the fullback. It's the receivers, quarterback carrying out fakes. Every single person has a hand in being a successful run team. I think that's why it's so fun to play, is because of that accountability. Is not just, receivers don't just get excited for the pass plays. They get excited for the run plays because they know in this offense, like, how well we run the ball dictates how well we throw the ball. And so they get excited for blocking just as much as they do to run those routes.
I've got one more play for you, and this is another one that was a full team effort, and this is Deebo Samuel's run. In the fourth quarter, you make a beautiful block, and for a split second.
I didn't.
Well, for a split
You're very
second,
kind.
But you look like you were his lead blocker. I'm being generous here. You look like you were his lead blocker for a split second, so let's jump into that play.
Yeah, so this was an interesting play. This was one of, a play that we kind of run off some of the different things that we do. It's kind of a little action here off, a reverse off of action that we do a lot. But you'll see, so we start over here. Deebo's over here off the screen. He's going to come over here and run the reverse. And what my job here is just basically block down, and then I'm supposed to lead out the reverse. Supposed to look down the line of scrimmage first and then lead up to find anything that's coming back. So George got out before I did. I'm usually the one that's supposed to be out there. So George gets out there and does my job for me. He takes that guy, I see him cut, and then Ben got out in front of me on that one as well, and so I'm just the old guy trying to just get out of the way. Deebo actually pushes me because I am...
Are you slowing down?
I am so in his way right here. He puts his hand, he's like, go. Puts his hand on my back to get out of the way. And I'm giving all I have here, my 35-year-old body, barely, and it's a fourth quarter, first game back in about 3 months, body's barely hanging on, giving all I got for the team, and I'm getting pushed out of the way by a 22-year-old stud receiver, and I was about cramping and super excited that we got that pickup and got back to the huddle and had a good laugh with everybody. But unbelievable play and great design.
We actually had your center, Weston Richburg, on the show a couple of weeks ago, and we asked him who does he think is the fastest O lineman of the group, and he told me we had to humble you, but it is you. Do you agree? I mean, I'm kind of, we can't base it off of this play that we just saw right here, but.
Yeah. When I'm fresh, 100%.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's second closest?
I don't know. It's such a gap.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Staley, your 49ers fastest O lineman. I need to know, who do I need to speak to? Probably I know the answer, Kyle Shanahan, but how do we get Joe Staley in on one of these trickeration plays?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah?
I mean, he's kind of designing them up for everybody right now, so I'd love to get on the action. So maybe you never know. We'll find out. I've done it before.
That's right.
With a lot of success, so people forget. Playmaker.
Playmaker right here. Joe Staley, that was your origin DNA of a play. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I might have to put you on my fantasy team. A Joe Staley touchdown. I'm all for it.